fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming and, you know, the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Lucky 56. Gone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hot! Gone! Hot!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Rodgers going to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Adams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Rodgers now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. They run with Hines, and he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top. Take it.
He'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Detroit!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles.
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
It's Pumphrey on the toss, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to add the PAT. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Hey, take 26.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup.
Let's go.
Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey, take 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Touchdown, Packers! Equanimous St. Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And New York set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Watch it now, Barney! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they get the football. They'll set for
both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Hey, 88. Set it up. 319. Jumbo. 319.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing is Rodgers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Zoom. Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They'll try to run with Hines. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up,
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he'll throw deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw, and he goes down. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Rodgers now on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Gun! Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
Gun!
They'll set up to throw. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. It seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Fine. Yeah. Back to normal.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Room to run past midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Again, it's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Ty Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll set up a throw. It finds Crabtree for the completion. A gain of 7, and they pick up the 1st.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevens. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left.
He's to the 10, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off. So
first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw. The quick hitter complete. It's Stevens. They give him a full 10 yards there, second and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Kelly to try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Rob Kelly, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Kelly, third and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And Ty Montgomery has it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's fine. Yeah. Get reset. Hey, easy.
Rodgers now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. And again, it's Rodgers. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Olivier Vernon in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on third and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Hey, watch 85. Watch 85. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They're going to look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw again. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. The fades are tough because you need a perfectly placed pass. They got one there.
That they did. Now, I used to have a former partner I worked with who hated the fade pass. Where do you stand on it?
I do not like it because you're going into a corner. You don't have any room. What do you think? You're the analyst.
I love it when they complete it. Then it's a heck of a call.
Yeah, well, that's not very gutsy.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Now the Packers get set to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They run. Montgomery. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we...
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, the 30. And he will bring it back. Giants touchdown. Roses to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete.
Let's go,
and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. On first down, Rodgers. And some room to work. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw is Rodgers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Rodgers to throw once more. Now a desperation throw deep. And it'll be intercepted. Let it run, and it's picked. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A handoff to start out the drive. It's Pumphrey. And he's brought down, getting this
this one up to about the 35. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Packers going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On third down, Kelly. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 23 yards on the play. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaked.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Giants, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.